Hey, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to our show. We call it Tournament Horse Racing. It's actually brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. My name is Rich Sharp. I'll serve as your host for tonight's show. What we've done is we've taken the horse racing calendar, we've broken it up into four separate horse racing tournaments throughout the year. Each one of those horse racing tournaments consists of 10 individual racing days. That's what you're watching tonight is one of those individual racing days, which consists of four races at a select track around the country, depending on what's going on throughout the country. And each one of our horse players is going to make a mythical $2 win place bet in each one of those four races. Whoever wins the most money wins that day. Whoever wins the most money throughout those 10 individual racing days throughout the tournament wins that individual racing tournament. Believe it or not, we keep track of score throughout the entire year. We'll have a year-end champion as well. That's how tournament horse racing works. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our horse players without any specific order whatsoever. I'm going to start here just a little bit to the south of me. He lives in Temecula, California. His name is Joe English. Not only is he one of my favorite horse players, he's actually a good friend of mine. Joe, what's going on in your neck of the woods? How you been, my friend?
Other than bad rain and cancellations, not
Yeah.
much. But by the way, before we get started, NHC is this weekend. Good luck to everybody who's free.
Ooh,
We
nice
hope to be
call.
there.
Nice call. One day, Joe. All of us there at
Yeah.
NBC.
Yeah, I would accept one of us.
Then one of us. I'll
Any one of
I'll
us.
I'll take all four of us as one of us. Speaking of that, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move all the way up to just a little bit north of you, just a little bit north of me. He lives in Menifee, California. His name is Stephen Newsom. Steve, how you been, my friend?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Just working my 6 to 2 job.
Yeah, working for a living, and
Six
he's
to two.
62. Yeah, nice, nice. I love it. I love it. And last but not least, and he's all the way on the other side of the country. I always appreciate his participation in the show because as I look at my clock, it's tomorrow already. Where Ray Torado is. It's
My bad.
Staten Island, New York. But that's how much of a horse player he is. Ray, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing, bud?
Yeah, we're doing good. It always helps that early Friday night nap, and that gives you a nice rejuvenation. So between hours of like my time between 7 and 10, I probably take a little snooze.
No.
But it's always fun
No, as
to
I mentioned before,
uh,
as I mentioned before,
uh,
I saw if it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't get to see you at all, which is why I
mm,
appreciate hanging out with you
oh
here
yeah, of
on
course.
tournament horse racing. Again, it's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. As you see, we're a nationwide show. We've got people all the way from California and New York. We're all horse racing fans, and that's just a reminder to anybody who's watching this show is that Joe, Steve, Ray, and myself, we're all just horse players. We love the game of kings. We love the game of horse racing. We get together on a weekly basis just to share our thoughts on horse racing. We're competing against each other as a tournament and for fun, but we are not selling our picks. Most certainly, we're not endorsing anything that goes on in this horse racing show. We just get together on a weekly basis to have fun. We hope you do too. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn our attention to what happened. Well, it was last week on Tournament Horse Racing. I apologize to everybody. I know I can be forgiven easily for this one because unfortunately I came down with COVID and I was unable to join us on really what's actually one of the more exciting races of the week or of the year for us. We actually split our tournament last week. We had three different tracks that were going individually, but all at the same time. We took a look at the Gotham Stakes, which was going at Aqueduct. We also took a look at the Fountain of Youth Stakes, which is going at Gulfstream Park, and at the San Carlos Stakes, which is going on at Santa Anita Racetrack. In addition to that, we had one bonus, which was the Santa Anita Handicap, kind of a traditional race here on tournament horse racing. Previously, it was called Broke Guys Handicapping, and we've always done the Santa Anita Handicap, so that's how that one slid in there as well. And as you see, once again, Joe English came out with the victory. just nosing us all, $15.60. Not as exciting as we've had previously. We've had a few big numbers that have been put up here in tournament horse racing this first tournament. But as you see, Rich and Ray, we were just kind of tracing after Joe there. And I will show you what's going on here in the first quarter. So far, Joe has 4 wins, including last week, and you see me and Ray not too far behind him. Steve, most certainly not out of it. We've got a couple of weeks left to go there, and we are heading this week once again. It's freezing all the way across the entire United States. That includes here in California, where we actually had a little snow here in Menifee and Temecula and Murrieta, where I live, just
Yep.
recently. Just Ray, it was just a little tiny bit of snow. Not what you call snow, but it was just a little bit of snow here. And
I had like an inch during the week.
no.
No, you know what?
Tuesday.
No,
You
this
get 3 or 4 snowflakes that fall
yeah,
out of the sky,
yeah.
and everybody loses their shit.
Oh, but then,
Yeah.
no, I actually had to dust off my car Monday or Tuesday.
No, we don't measure
Uh,
snow in inches. We measure it in grams.
mm.
Anyway, you know, back to the horse racing calendar for Saturday, March 11th. We are heading back to sunny, hopefully warm Florida. Joe has let us know a little bit about the weather, and we'll take a look at that. Um, for the Tampa Bay Derby, the Florida Oaks. Those are a couple of races that are on tap for us. And again, let me just give you a hint here before we start that. We are looking at Saturday, March the 11th there. Look at that, 82
Mm.
degrees. I think it's going to be 50 here in California. So for you folks in Florida, nice job there. Partly cloudy skies. The high is 82. And again, uh, almost no chance of rain. It's about a 9% chance of rain there in Tampa, Florida. So hopefully we will have a beautiful racing day at Tampa Bay Downs there in Tampa Bay, Florida. You guys ready to go ahead and take a look at our card?
Mhm.
All right, here we go. We're going to start off at race number 8. Just a notation here. Post time 3:33 Eastern time. Out here on the West Coast, that's 12:33. We're going to start off the first of our 4 races. It's race number 8. They're going 1.16 miles on the main track. It is the Challenger. It's $100,000 grade 3. Excuse me. It is the Michelob Ultra Challenger Stakes, which again is a grade 3. The purse is $100,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite. It's right here in post number 2. Skippy Longstocking, trained by Joseph Saffy, ridden by Irad Ortiz, 8-5 on the Tampa morning line. Steven Newsom, you have yet to take a turn up here in the leadoff spot during our opening series of tracks. You're going to go ahead and go first here. Who do you like?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I got it. I definitely got to get off the favorites here. So I'm going to go with 7 tax. Got Paco Lopez on board, and he's winning. He's winning at a 42% clip in his last 12. So he's kind of a hot jockey right now. Um, the horses won all 3 races at this distance. Has competed in. They're third in prime power and had some good speed numbers in the past. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of a price with tax, not too much, but 4-1, not bad.
And Steve, you're actually going to, let's see, you're going to your left. You're going to be handing off to me. So I'm going to go ahead.
And say my left is the space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There we go. you're handing back off to the host over here, and I am also going to eschew the favorite here. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way back up to post number one. I've had a little bit of success with this angle just a little bit lately, which is the hot horse, or the horse that's kind of going up. Joe and Ray, back to our old three broke guys angle. This is Vicky Oliver and Martin Garcia. Joe, Martin Garcia back out here in California, right? And the horse, if you look back, two races back there in October of 22, a mile and eighth at Keeneland in a 12 horse race. It's a $125,000 optional winner for non winners of two. In my opinion, in California, we would call that a low level stakes race, or even a medium level stakes race, based on the fact that there's 12 horses in that race. And this horse did win that race, came right back out of it, and then finishes in the Commonwealth Stakes, which is a low level stakes race, although that's at Churchill Downs. Got washed off the turf. So they wanted to get the horse onto the turf, but out of Upstart in a 6 horse field, wins again. So 2 horse winning streak, and 4 for 13 lifetime. 0 for 2 at Tampa gives me a little bit of caution, but 3 for 6 at the distance. And again, Vicky Oliver, I've got Upstart as the sire, a very solid sire down there. And again, Martin Garcia, kind of have a spot for him. I remember him back here for when he was in California, and I do like those Vicky Oliver trained horses. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the 1 Upstart, and I'm handing it off to Joe.
Okay, Rich, thanks. I'm also on tax. It's funny, Rich mentions this every once in a while. We don't talk usually. We just see each other on the day of the show. We never really discuss what's racing for the days other than that. All 5, it's funny, he's got 5 wins. All 5 of his wins are around 2 turns. And the peculiar thing about it is they're all over 5 different racetracks, and they're with 5 different jockeys. Actually, this would be a 6th if he were to win under Paco Lopez in Tampa. He's got some positional speed, so he should be able to avoid some of the traffic that others might have to deal with coming from behind. The combination of Gargan and Lopez hits at 31%. It's only 16 race sample, but it's still 310 ROI, so that's positive. And I'm going to throw out the last race, figuring he was a 7-year-old making his turf debut. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to do that. Maybe he just needed a race and decided to try and run it. Maybe they thought there was a chance that it would rain off. I don't know. But he's got a grade 2 win and 2 grade 3 wins, so he fits on class as well. So I was on the 7 tax, like Steve, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's been running some a lot of grade one, so this is a drop in class for him. Um, I'm on the 4 Classic Causeway.
Mm-hmm.
So his horse has been he battled the Triple Crown last year, and you know they he ran decently in Tampa. Actually, he won the Sam Davis and the Tampa Bay Derby, so obviously he likes the track, and this angle coming off the layoff and trying to go back to the track that he's done well at could work. Um, he's been running on turf. Yeah, he's been showing some speed. He did pop a big one first time turf in Belmont at a big price, and they kept him on the turf. He shows a lot of speed, so I'm hoping that going back to the dirt, he'll keep that speed for him, and hopefully you know can outrun these and freshen up a little bit. So and with the Lasix too, first time first time Lasix for him. So McPeter's doing a lot of things here. He's trying to get him back into his comfort zone, hopefully on the dirt in Tampa, and so let's see what happens. It's 9-2. I could expect that price because I'm sure all the money's gonna go on Skippy long stock. Oh, that horse he's gonna be a big favorite. So the Skippy horse. So anyways, classic causeway for me, and hope to pop off the layoff on the speed, on the lead. Rich.
No, I believe it or not, Ray, I was actually close with you. I Classic Causeway kind of was tempting, considering his success last year at this track. As a matter of fact, because we cover the exact same tracks in most years, in particular races like the Fountain of Youth, the Tampa Bay Derby, the Holy Bull, the San Diego Derby. We do those year after year. Um, he was on this show last year when he won that particular race. So I kind of felt you as well. All right, let's go ahead and we are going to go ahead and we're going to move along here to race number 9 here at Tampa Bay Downs. They're going a mile and an eighth. It's on the turf. This is the Hillsborough Stakes. It is a grade 2. Purse is $225,000. It's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite, if I'm not mistaken, is in post number 6. And I hope I say her name correctly. I believe it's Shantasara, trained by Chad Brown and ridden by Irad Ortiz. 2-1 on the Tampa morning line. And for those of you who think I talk too much on this show, well, guess what? I get to just keep on going because I'm going first here in this particular race. I do not have Shantasara. I went one just down a little bit, thinking of my dad a little bit. I would do my accent, except it's absolutely horrible using my Scottish accent. But my father was a Scotsman and Scottish Star, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden by Luis Saez. I, I did not see quite as much speed in this horse, in this race, excuse me, as I thought I would. Not necessarily a speed bearing race. So let's make sure I look down here. Only 34% of these horses, early speed types, are going to win, 17% going wire to wire. But I did notice it looked like it might be just a little bit shallow on the speed side. And this horse is 6 years old. Luis Saez, a good horse here. Obviously, he is one of Todd Pletcher's top jockeys, if not maybe his top jockey besides Irad Ortiz. And again, getting Todd Pletcher and Luis Saez at 6-1. And again, if you look down the horses' racing lines here, excuse me, as a favorite back in August here at Saratoga in a an optional or allowance race, excuse me, or an optional claimer race for non-winners of 2, and then an allowance race has a first and a second, finishes 6th there in the Swanee River, and then comes back and finishes second just by a nose there to another horse who's in this race in an 11-horse field. I thought that Scottish Star just merited an opportunity here at 6-1. So I went ahead and went with the number 7. And again, I'm going to hand off to Joe. What do you like?
I'm on a 6-1 shot too. So obviously I'm avoiding the Chad Browns. Give me the 3, Temple City Terror. Brandon Walsh and Antonia Gallardo, who is the fixture down in Tampa. Her form was good when she went to the sidelines. She had consecutive grade 3 wins, one at Keeneland, one at Aqueduct. Her speed figures on the Bayer scale are competitive with Sean Passara. They actually earned the same 99 speed figure in their last start. And I expect that I will get 6-1 because Chad Brown horses at Tampa take money. They do. They just do. It's just going to happen. There's no way you're getting 2-1 on Chantasara. I would bet dimes to donuts. She's 6-5 at the best. And Brandon Walsh actually has a pretty good record with the first off the layoff horses.
Yeah.
Between 3 to 6 months on grass. He's got a 19% win percentage with a $2 ROI, which basically beats the takeout. And at Tampa, he's 6 for 18, 419 ROI. So all signs to me say that this horse is going to run a good race. The only caveat that I can say about this horse is that this race may be too short. She's been running against horses like Warlike Goddess, and Warlike Goddess has been running at a mile and 3/8 and a mile and a half. This being 9 furlongs, it may just be a little too short, but I think she's got as much of a chance to win the race as either any of the 3 Chad Brown fillies in here. So give me the 6-1 on Temple. Right.
I'm gonna go with the probably I would assume the higher of the Chad Brown horses. Rogier, number 4. Um, she's coming in here, first time out this year. She's been battling some heavyweights. I mean, the British Turf Maria, the EP Taylor, Beverly D, Diana. So a lot of big races there. She's been placing a few of them. Um, she probably gonna need some speed. She's been working well at pacing. This is, I mean, it's a good startup for her for this year. Um, I'm hoping she has the class to catch up and close on this field. Just hope for a piece of it. Hector Diaz. Hopefully Hector Diaz will not being a jockey. The odds could drift up for me a little bit. He's a decent jockey too. So um, she's been consistent and just gonna probably need a trip and hoping for that. Down the stretch stuff. So Rozier for me. She fits here. Steve.
Man, you know, yeah, I got to make an audible. I can't pick. I can't be on two of the same horses as Joe. So I got to go. I got to go with my second or third choice here. I'm gonna go with Rogier, the four. Actually, that's one you just were talking about, right? Ray?
Yeah, yeah,
I
Rozier,
was
yeah.
sitting here trying to figure out which one of these horses I was gonna switch to. It's which
That's
Rozier.
like, unfortunately, there's four of us. There's like seven horses, so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, man.
So yeah, ditto for me on
All right,
Rogier.
all right.
And Ray, just so that you're aware, the rail horse is a Chad Brown who's going to be longer priced than Rozier.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
California Queen's probably, I
Oh.
think she's 10-1 in the morning line.
Mm.
So I mean, you'll get a better price than you'll get on Chansar, no doubt.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Not as long as.
I don't even know if I saw that horse. Just a bit bypasses.
I don't know.
Well,
All right.
well, that's the
You
one that
better
will
not
win.
have the
So
same two horses in the
somebody on this
last
show
two as
pick
I
the
do.
one. That's the one that will win, number one. Beat all of us. Yeah.
All right. All right. Get your selections in here before we move along to race number 10. I believe this is the co-feature on the day. The Florida Oaks, Grade 3. Purse is $200,000. It's for filly 3-year-olds only. And your morning line favorite, I believe, is out there in post number 10. Her name is Free Look. Trained by Chad Brown, ridden by Irad Ortiz. 2-1 on the Tampa morning line. And Joe, there you go. We're looking at 3-year-old girls.
Yeah. Anybody really think you're going to get 2-1 on this horse? No, not me either.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, Chad Brown, Irad
And
Ortiz.
I'm thinking 6-5. I guess it all depends if Chad Brown wins the race before, especially with the 6-5 favorite. He's going to take money again. I'm going to take the 3, Alpha Bell at 9-2. I believe she's a second. If she's not the second choice, she's the third choice. She was unfortunately the victim of Cairo Concert's huge performance after she broke like 6 lengths low, ended up coming back to win. So she would have won that race had Cairo Concert not just been monstrous that day. She gets LASIK for the first time on Saturday. I don't know if she necessarily needs it or not. Only one rival has a better buyer speed figure on turf than this one, and it's not even Free Look. So take that for what it's worth. I like Alpha Bella's draw better than Free Look. She got an inside post position, and yes, she has to beat Chad. But even if she runs second behind Free Look, if Free Look is everything, reason the money line is 2-1, or the reason she's 6-5 because the public makes her 6-5. If she's that good, I would take the place price on Alpha Bella. Since I'm in the lead in the contest, that's fine by me. If the favorite wins and I run second, I'm okay with that because I'm not expecting any of you three to take the favorite. So good luck to you, regardless of what you do. Give me Alpha Bella, right?
I'm going way on the inside to the rail horse. Number one, Mission of Joy, Grand Motion. This horse, she broke her maiden in Tampa. She won an allowance race in Tampa, so she's 2 for 2 there. Maybe she's improving. This is definitely a step up. Um, you know, Step up in class. So I'm hoping she's improving quickly. She's on Lasix, and she gets the rail, so hopefully she'll get a good trip on the inside. She's been finishing well. Those 296 late paces. Either one or two things. The pace has been slow early, and she's been coming home fast. But she's been running well, late. So I'm expecting the improvement from Motion. He does well with these type of horses. I know because he's beaten me a couple of times
Yeah.
with some long shots. So I remember the Grand Motion name, and Gallardo's pretty good in Tampa too. So I'll take a shot. Maybe this is one of those step up horses or improving fast. So let's see what happens. Mission of Joy for me, Steve.
Yeah, yeah. You guys can probably guess pretty easily which one I'm picking here. Uh, probably on.
I'm hoping that we're on the same. I'm thinking you and I are on the same horse, but let's. I'm gonna let
No,
you.
no, no. I'm on the 6th Navy Goat.
Oh, Navy go. There you go. Yeah,
I
the
mean,
Oh,
Navy.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I know most of you, or you guys know I was a Navy chief. Well, where we eat, where we sleep, where we hang out, it's called the goat locker. So
oh, I
I
did not. I did not know that.
so yeah, I have to pick the Navy goat here. So at 6-1, uh jockey trainer combination winning at 27%, 11 races. Horse has won a couple of races, so doesn't look like really has the speed figures to match up, but I don't care. He's got the name.
And
Same
right there,
owners as Barbaro. If you get
yeah,
the back.
and right there you should though. With that, it's not like you're alone on this particular race. With that, I'm backing you up here, Steve. I'm actually right on the same horse as Steve is.
Oh,
I
really?
yeah, I do like Navy Goat. I actually have come to become a little bit of a fan of Army Mule, who's a little bit of an unknown sire down there in
Mhm.
South Florida. Yeah, I hear Ray kind of nodding his head, right, or give me a
Yeah, yeah.
nod about that. Tampa and Gulfstream, you will see Army Mule horses showing up and things like that. He's got. I do so miss Richard Grunder down there, our little South African or a voice in the Midwest, one like that, to tell us that Daniel Centeno or Antonio Gallardo is racing in one of those races. But Arnold Delacour and Daniel Centeno do have a little bit of combination here. 27%. Army Mule was a very solid sire. And as you can see by that, you only paid $12,500 for the sire fee. Guess what they sold his prodigy for? $450,000. This
Mm.
horse was either well bred or very fast or quite possibly both. And then when you look down there, came out of the chute there at Monmouth, did not do so well there on the turf, and then comes back and wins at one of our favorite tracks here on this particular show. That's Kentucky Downs in a 12-horse field for a maiden special weight event that had a purse of $150,000, no less, and then comes right back at Gulfstream Park and wins a little state bred race. Believe it or not, the state bred stakes race at Gulfstream Park, not as much as the maiden special weight at Kentucky Downs. Um, and then in the Ginger Brew, which is at Gulfstream Park as well, finishes third. That's not a shameful performance there. It's 8 horses in that field, as you see there. This horse has, if you look here, let me light up my highlighter here. Appears to have just a little bit of trouble at the start of the races. Bumped at the start, hit the gate, awkward start. If Daniel Centeno can get this horse out cleanly, um, Rosario couldn't do it, Camacho couldn't do it. But if the horse can come out cleanly, I believe Army Mule has a very solid shot at 6-1 and that's my pick here in the Oaks. So,
Dang, Rich, I didn't think you'd be on the same horse.
yeah, no, imagine that,
Wow.
right? There we go,
Wow.
right? So we'll mark this down in tournament horse racing history.
Yeah, it never happened.
Yeah, it doesn't quite happen all that often, but since it did, we're gonna move along to race number 11. This is the feature for the day, and they are going a mile and a 16th. This is the Lamb Home South Tampa Bay Derby. It is a grade 3. The purse is $400,000. It's for 3-year-olds only. And your morning line favorite is out here in post number 6. And that is Tappet Trice, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden by Luis Saez, 8 to 5 on the morning line. And before we go any further, before that, I will just point out that this is on the Kentucky Derby Trail. This is the last of the 50-point races. So the winner of this race will be awarded 50 points towards the Kentucky Derby. Second place gets 20 points, third place 15, fourth place 10 points, and even fifth place will get 5 points here in the Tampa Bay Derby. And as we finish this off, Mr. Torado, you're hitting leadoff in the Tampa Bay Derby. I thought all about you. You know, it's spring training time. You're over there in New York. You've got the Grapefruit League. Go ahead and kick us off. Who do you like here in the Tampa Bay Derby?
Yeah, at least I would say about 100 miles away, maybe.
Yeah,
It's Port St. Lucie, the home of
yeah.
my Mets,
There
and
you
they're
go. Right.
practicing there, and I'm gonna lead up for the home run. um, yeah, this is one of those races where everybody's prepping for the Derby and stuff, and doing different things, and I'm gonna go with a horse that's ran well early and one clink. Number one, Lord Miles. I'm gonna use our forgiveness angle. And the Holy Bull, obviously, Safi Joseph, they tried blinkers, got Irad Ortiz, 3-1, awkward start, finished sixth. We saw that race because we had
Yeah.
that race on the show.
Yep.
Rocket Can went wide, won the race. It was a nice pace, a decent pace. But just had trouble. Wasn't the same post anyway. Won, but the blinkers come off. So I'm thinking, hopefully maybe that was the answer. He went back to his mucho macho man race, and he should be here. He should be, very close to the, I mean, close to pace. That was a fast pace in the mucho macho man, 45 110, and he closed into it. So hopefully it's a good pace here, and he can close. Going that extra, mile 16. So, but anyway, first race at Tampa, but been working water Gulfstream, and I'm just hoping that the equipment change and just like you said, draw a line over that race, and I'm getting 12-1. So had he won the Holy Bull, who knows what his odds would have been. So I'll go for the Valley here, Lord Miles. Hopefully he'll come back race and get back into the Triple Crown, with the points. So Lord Miles for me, Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little further the outside of the 8. Dreaming of Kona, 30-1.
Boom.
Figure what the heck? I
That's
mean,
right.
look at that! Look at that 4 furlong workout on the 25th of February.
Wow.
Mm,
Yeah, you're right. No, man.
yeah. Oh,
Anyway, I'm just
somebody's
gonna
gonna be on the
say,
lead.
I'm just gonna, you know, I'm guessing this horse is probably just gonna try to get out to the front and go.
Do you know what
Who
the
knows?
state?
I don't see if it can last the distance. Has won a couple of races. Won at Gulfstream Park on the in the beginning of January there, placed first through disqualification, and then also won its first there was it on the 17th of October. So horse won a couple of times. I said 30-1. It's even beat one of the horses one of the horses that's in this race. So anyway, yeah, I can go with the 30-1 shot here.
No, nice catch on the workouts, and as you guys see there, I kind of highlighted the little B in front of the workouts,
That's
and like that, which usually symbolizes the term for breezing as far as horse racing is concerned, which in human terms means jogging, not really going full speed. All right. You know what? As a matter of fact, and I apologize there for the pause. Steve's handing off to me, and
Oh,
Joe's
oh,
gonna,
oh, sorry.
yeah, and Joe's gonna get to go last. I was torn here in this race. I actually have two different horses that I was going back and forth. Unfortunately, one of which was the favorite. That Tappet Trice horse just kind of scares me here with Todd Pletcher. The horse has insane speed figures for this class, but I decided to stay away from the favorite as we've done all night for the rest of us. And I'm going back to, for me, I guess the fetal position or whatever you want to say. But this is a Godolphin horse that is trained by and Hardy, one of the original trainers for Godolphin here in the United States of America. And again, Daniel Centeno. Again, Richard Harding or Richard Renner. Daniel Centeno. And the sire was Street Sense. The horse took a little bit of time to get going here, so I will give that to it. Did not win those first two races, but then wins a maiden special event here at the Tampa. Comes back there and finishes second in those next two affairs, which is one of those, which is the Sam F. Davis by 1 1/4 lengths. As you see there, the winner of the Sam F. Davis is not coming back here in this particular race. So I decided to take a chance on that particular, second place horse coming through here. As you see here, the horse has a fairly decent record here at Tampa so far. And again, if you've ever spent any time watching any of our previous videos, you know about my penchant for betting Godolphin horses. And again, Hardy was, in fact, kind of that original trainer that Godolphin employed out here in the United States of America. So I went ahead and went with the 4 Groveland.
Since it's on me, I went with Fletcher, but not the one you think. went with went with the 9 Shesterkin, named after Rangers goalie Igor
Oh,
Shesterkin.
I didn't know that. Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, for Fletcher and Edgar Zayas. Well, it's funny. Both he and Tappa Trice are trying 2 turns for this. One have ever gone 2 turns. They've both been a mile before. But the difference is, um, Shesterkin's mom, Freedom Star, actually won her first start at 2 turns, and then actually won 3 stakes from 8 to 8.5 furlongs, including the Azaria at Oaklawn, quite a few years ago. So obviously his pedigree to me seems a little bit better suited all around to get the turn distance than Tappa Trice. Again, Tappa Trice, like Rich said, the speed figures that he has are better than everybody else in this race. But and even Pletcher, it's funny because Pletcher's trying to keep his horses apart. He's got Tappa Trice here. Litigate was the horse that Rich mentioned earlier who won the Sam Davis. He's obviously trying to find another spot for him. And I'm trying to think. And obviously, Forte won the Fountain of Youth last week, so Fletcher's trying to keep his horses apart. But at Tampa with 3-year-old males, Pletcher's 32%,
Oh,
and his ROI is basically lying with other horses. And it's not a small sample size; it's 56 races. He's
Jesus.
18 for 56, and you would think, well, why is Edgar Zayas riding and not Irad or whomever? I was like, well, I looked up the stats on Edgar Zayas with Fletcher, and over 5 years, they're still 22%, which again is right in line with what Fletcher does overall. So he's it's not like he's a slouch. He's going to get a good performance out of the jockey anyway. So I'm going to take, like I said, I'll take the Pletcher. I'll take the longer price Pletcher. Give me Shesterkin.
Nice. Kind of goes to show you, for our show and things like that, did not know all that information about Todd Pletcher and Edgar Zayas as far as the combination was concerned. Certainly did not know that information about the dam as far as the information was concerned. I didn't even know that Shesterkin was the goalie for the Rangers.
Again, it would be pretty odd that he's named
Me neither.
Shesterkin and the goalie is the same name, considering it's not like Smith or Jones.
No, as I was handicapping, I was thinking about looking it up, and I was like, "Who is this person? What is this name?" All right, gentlemen, those are your picks. I filled them in for you. Just take a quick look here, make sure I've got everything correct, because sometimes my scratch
Am I
notes don't make
correct,
sense.
sir?
We're playing poker. I win.
There
Two
we go.
pair.
There you go. Oh, two pair. There you go. 4. All right. I'm going to go ahead and come back to everybody, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up for the evening. All right. Well, that's how we do it here on Tournament Horse Racing. Again, we kind of take our picks together, and we'll be texting each other tomorrow. If there's any scratches, we will go ahead and fill in that information. I'll go ahead and update those score sheets for everybody throughout the day. And whoever wins the most money is going to win tomorrow's tournament. Gentlemen, have you got any thoughts or anything you want to say before we go ahead and tune out for tonight?
I do.
There we go.
3 things, actually. One, congratulations to Javier Castellano for winning the George Wolf Award. He will be at Santa Anita. I'm not sure exactly when it is, but they will make that presentation at Santa Anita every year. Derby Future Pool, number 5, the last one, started today, and I believe it ends Sunday at, I don't know if it's 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. That's kind of what I think it is. There are 40 possible single entrants. So if there's a horse you like and you don't want to bet Forte, who I think is 3-1 at the moment, you can probably get a little better on somebody other than that. And the other thing I wanted to announce is that I have procured a prize for Pick 4 Wars. So,
Oh, exciting.
I will keep you guys in loop on that, or maybe we'll talk about that on the night of Pick 4.
Nice. Thank you, Joe. All right, I'm still looking for our trophies for this season here for Tournament Horse Racing. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. For Ray Tirado out there on the East Coast, and Joe and Ray out here with me in California. My name is Rich Sharp. Our show is called Tournament Horse Racing. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back again. You know what? As a matter of fact, I don't think we're back next week. Hold on one second, you guys.
Break.
Yeah, I
How's
think
your break?
I think we are taking a break before I adjourn for the evening. Yes, March 18th is going to be a break. We will be back on Friday night, March the 25th. And for everybody here, thank you for joining us here for Tournament Horse Racing. Good night, everyone.
Right.
Hi.
All right.